Okay.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
I'm sorry.
Very good.
Okay, so we're learning now. We're middle over here on page 49. So the Rebbe says that in Torah there are 4 different sections: Pshat, Remesh, Drush, Soy, meaning 4 ways of learning the Torah. And the Torah Chasidus, the teachings of Chasidus, Machnisa Chayis B'chol Echad Mehem, imbues a new vitality in each of the 4. Asher, which, Neisef al Zeh, please look inside. Neisef al Zeh, Shebetayres Achsidis. Bo bi'urim linyonim shoinim shebechol dalet chelki ha'Torah. In addition to the fact that in Chasidus there are new explanations found to explain each of the 4 sections of Torah, shegam zeh shoylul es hasbara. This too excludes the thinking shechsidus ba b'chdei levayer es chelik hasoid sheb'Torah bilvad. There is this thinking out there that Chasidus comes to explain only Kabbalah, Soid. Says the Rebbe it's wrong. Chasidus comes to add clarity and nuance and novelty to each of the 4, to the section in the Talmud, Pshat, to the Halacha, take a mezuzah and put it on the door. Hasidic teachings of that topic brings a new life to the halacha of putting a mezuzah on the door. And so in every single aspect. So in other words, contrary to thinking, that's why he looks in the parentheses on page 49, the last paragraph, he says, Sholel es hasbara. Sholel means it rejects, it disputes the argument that Chasidus comes to only to clarify sod, esoteric, with mysticism, Kabbalah, Bilvad. The Rebbe says it's not so. Turn to 51, please. Limod Chasidus machnis chayis b'chol inyan ve'inyan. Rather, Chasidus brings a new energy to each and every aspect, b'chol chelkei, pshat, remesh, drush, soid, to all aspects of those 4 sections. Shaboy, shaloimdim b'Torah. Those sections that we study in Torah, let's say we learn Isser Medrash. If you find Chasidus on that Medrash, it will illuminate that Medrash. And so too for Kabbalah, and so too for Soid, and so for Remes. Shechai hu be'oifen acher legamri. The Pshat, and the Remes, and the Drush, and the Soid will be chai, it will be living in a very different way when Chasidus animates it. And how? And he says the next words, B'chayas asmi. The chayas within that particular section of Torah that's been illuminated by Chasidus will now have what we call essential chayas. The chayas Avram, and this chayas, moisiv gam behirus, it adds clarity, v'omek yoseh, and more depth, b'havanas ha'inyan, in comprehending the topic in discussion. And he gives us now a dugma. Dugma is benigla the Torah. Let me give you a dugma, an example in the revealed part of Torah known as nigla the Torah, over halacha and halacha. And he begins. Kol, in bold. All services of Yom Kippur are not kosher, are not authentic, are not proper, unless the Kohen Gadol, the high priest, does those services. Kamoi, for example, Shekadushas Yom Kippur, Ma'ila La'avodas HaMiyuchedes de Yom Kippur. The holiness of Yom Kippur helps to the particular avodah of Yom Kippur. Kachi po'elas gam b'atmidim u'musafim de Shabbos. The Yom Kippur activity, service, when it comes out of Shabbos, Moshe, not only does what you do for Yom Kippur help Yom Kippur and you're doing the Yom Kippur activity, but it also helps the sacrifices and that you bring on Shabbos, next page, 53, HaMishtayochim mitzad atzmim l'chol hashana. Every Shabbos we have musafin, right? But the musafin that are brought on Shabbos, when Shabbos is Yom Kippur, the musafim get a high. They get new energy. The musaf service, the musaf avoda of Yom Kippur is a much deeper and greater musaf than throughout the year. But at Shabbos, why do we have musaf on Shabbos, on Yom Kippur? You see, let me back up. Why do we have musaf on Yom Kippur? Well, you'll say, because every Yom Tov you have musaf, that's right. But when musaf comes out on Shabbos, Yom Kippur on Shabbos, the musaf is the regular Shabbos musaf, with addition Yom Kippur. Says the Rebbe that's wrong. That's correct halachically and technically, but spiritually, the musaf of Yom Kippur, when Yom Kippur is on Shabbos, the Shabbos musaf is a different musaf. So what do we see here? That the energy of Yom Kippur, which many times is not on Shabbos, when it comes out of Shabbos, adds energy and vitality and freshness to the regular musaf of Shabbos. So the Rebbe is using this as an example that Chasidus animates all parts of Torah, that each part of Torah becomes a new piece of Torah, a new vitality. And he says, Shagam Hein, meaning the Musafim, Miskachem B'tushasoi, Shal Yom HaKippurim, are sanctified through the holiness of Yom HaKippurim. So that now the musafim, the musaf of Shabbos Yom Kippur, is no longer only a Shabbos Dikim musaf. It's a Yom Kippur Dikim musaf. But not Yom Kippur musaf outside of the Shabbos musaf. It takes the Shabbos musaf and it brings something totally new and innovative and experiential in the musaf of Shabbos.
Rebbe.
Yes.
Rebbe, I'm sorry to interrupt that. So just two questions. One question that I don't understand, why is he comparing it to Yom Kippur, not Rosh Hashanah? Like the Rosh Hashanah must have, first of all, it's much longer, right? And also we know that it's the first Musaf of the year, the first davening of the year, right? And it's supposed to kind of like correlate for the rest of the year. That's number one. Number two, why is he mentioning Musaf for Yom Kippur, not Ne'ilah for Yom Kippur? Because I can understand the Ne'ilah connection more than the Musaf.
Well, I have an answer, I think, to your second question, but not to your first. But to your second question, Ne'ilah, we don't have any special karbanas. He's talking about the Musafim you brought in the time of the Beis HaMikdash. You brought a special carbon. So, that's one answer, I would think. Another answer would be that Ne'ilah is the exception. It's the fifth prayer. We only have it once a year. So what I'm saying to you, Yaini, is that it's true that Ne'ilah on Shabbos is a different Ne'ilah. But Ne'ilah is only a prayer. Ne'ilah is not a carbon. Ne'ilah is not a... Musafim means addition. And you don't have Ne'ilah every other Shabbos. So that's what the Rebbe is saying. Now, I think this is the answer to the second question. Every Shabbos we have Musaf. We don't have every Shabbos Ne'ilah. We never have Ne'ilah, only once a year. So he's saying that even in something that you have every single Shabbos, when that same thing takes place on Yom Kippur, it's a very different Musaf. And you can't say that about Nila because Nila we don't have any other time of the year. So that's the point he's making. He wants to show you that even though you have this every single Shabbos, but the quality of the Musaf on Yom Kippur is different. But your first question is a very good question. I never thought about it. I'm gonna think about it, look into it, and be nether and talk with some people and see, because it is a good question. So let me. You caught me off guard, but it's good. Let's finish the paragraph and then I have to go. So also regarding Chasidus, Shabbat, Shabbos, and Shabbat Torah, Chasidus is called the Sabbath of all Sabbaths within Torah. Shapol Elis hi b'chol kelkei Torah. Chasidus impacts all other parts of Torah. Kidaled achalokim shat remesh drusoid, all the 4 sections. Shabbat Torah within Torah, heim daled hapchinos nefesh ruach neshama chaya Shabbat Torah. They correspond to the 4 aspects of the soul: spirit, soul, living. Shabbat Torah. Nefesh, soul, spirit, soul, living. Nefesh, ruach, neshama chaya, of the 4 aspects. The Torah Chasidus, he b'chinas yechida. Chasidus is the 5th aspect of the soul, the highest, which is called that oneness, Yechida, Shabbat Torah. And when Yechida is revealed, Misalim gam hanefesh ruach neshama chaya kanal. Misalim. Misalim doesn't mean concealed over here, it's aliyah. For the word aliyah, look, ayan lamed, in the middle of the word misalim. All the others, nefesh, ruach, neshama chaya, all have a high, get an aliyah, because of Yechida. So the Rebbe is saying, just like on Yom Kippur, the regular Shabbos Musaf gets a high and is a very different energy. It's been now energized with the energy of Yom Kippur. So too, all the other Pshatim, sections of Torah Pshat, Rebbe's Drusay, through the study of Chasidus, it adds a new chayas in the Gemara, in Halacha. Chevra, tomorrow we'll have the regular shir, the regular time. It's Hashem. Have a great day. Be matzliach. We'll talk more. Look.
Rebbe,
yes.
Rebbe, it's maybe because of where you're stationed, it's choppy. It's been very choppy here.
Okay, we'll try tomorrow another section. Maybe outside. I'll try tomorrow outside. Okay? Sei gesund. I gotta go. Take care. Bye-bye. Thank you for telling me.
Yodi, I want to take a stab at answering your question. And he actually mentions it.
Okay, so that's so.